Hey folks, it's Simon here with your Tao Daily video for Tuesday the 25th of June 2024. So the pullback in Nvidia is the talk of the town. Nvidia dropping another 6.7% on Monday. So it's already met its first target, which is the mean, which is this white line here, which is kind of the midpoint of these tram tracks. So obviously we got pretty extended here, and a reversion to the mean was always on the cards. Now, question is whether Nvidia continues to pull back and whether that means the Nasdaq also gets destroyed, because semiconductors tend to lead, just like the Nasdaq tends to lead the S&P. Semis tend to be a sort of a first mover sector. So first objective is already reached, but it did close on its dead lows of the session yesterday after a pretty steep fall. So we can't overrule further downside. So the next kind of target would be this median line here. That brings us to a price of around, we'll say 113. If it finds support there, all well and good. We can't rule out a move back to sort of 105, which would bring us 3 average true ranges below the mean. Okay, that's what happened the last time it pulled back. So that can't be overruled. Obviously, the Nasdaq is pulling back a little bit as well here. But really, the Nasdaq is holding up not too bad. It was down 1.3%, but mega cap tech is not getting destroyed. All right, we saw Microsoft, it's down 0.5%. It still looks extended, but it's still a very strong trend. Apple here is doing just fine. It's having a bit of a pullback, but still looking pretty bullish. If we look at Google, Google looks fine here. If we look at Meta looks fine. It was up on the day. If we have a look at Amazon was a little bit weaker. It was down nearly 2%, but again, it's hardly getting destroyed. So even though semis are pretty weak here, thanks to largely Nvidia, but also AVGO. The Nasdaq is hanging in there for now. In terms of the broader market, if we look at SPY, obviously this was extended as well. All right, you can see we're right at the upper end of this pitchfork and pulling back. First stop would be the mean, which is still a few points below at around 536. Important to note, though, that if we look at the equally weighted S&P 500, this is hanging in there nicely. It's not getting destroyed. If we look at IWM, which is the ETF that tracks the Russell 2000, look, it's not super bullish, but again, it's not getting destroyed. It actually closed up slightly on Monday. It's kind of hanging in there. And if we look at the Dow Transports, which has been really, really weak of late, this has actually been climbing over the last week, and that was up 0.67% on Monday. So as we head into the last week of the month and the quarter and the half year, I'll be continuing to look for signs of sector rotation. And so long as the money sort of coming out of Nvidia and semis goes into other mega cap tech stocks or other sectors, the markets here are likely to remain, if not unscathed, at least they'll avoid getting destroyed. That's what I got for you today, folks. I hope it helps, and I'll catch you tomorrow.